Hi, Tim Sells here with another episode of Straight Talk. We're in part 10, and in this particular video, Dan is making conversations about compensation plans and their confusions, all right? And so I'm going to roll the clip so you can watch what he says.
I know a number of them. It's like even the leaders, like, how do you make money?
Nobody knows. Yeah.
Nobody fucking knows. It's like you get this point and you have these legs, and then you do this.
12 levels of commission.
Oh my God.
It looks good though, because the whole idea is that they're trying to make you feel that there's a lot of earning potential.
No, they want to make you feel there's a lot of earning potential, and they make it so complex, so you really don't know what the hell is going on. Right? It's like if it takes you like an hour to learn how to get paid, it's a pyramid scheme. To me, right?
Yes.
Like this is very different from what we teach, like say in high ticket closing.
Yeah.
You know what? You sell something for $5,000, you get a 10% commission, $500, done. 3 seconds, finished.
Yeah.
Right? So anything that it's legitimate, it should be very easily explained and articulate. It shouldn't be, what about this territory? What about this? And depends on how much volume you do, right?
Yeah.
And then also depends on how your people are doing. All this stuff, it drives me crazy.
That's another.
Okay, that was a whole lot, and this is going to be awesome, okay? So there's a lot of drama there, right? And so he's making a lot of effort out of compensation plans. That they're confusing and things like that. Okay, so he says if it takes over an hour to explain your compensation plan, it's a pyramid scheme. I explained mine in 3 seconds. Sell 5,000, earn 10%, make $500. Okay, Dan, start your stopwatch. All right, we have that too. It's called retail sales. Sell 500, earn 30%, 150 bucks. There you go, Dan. That's 3 seconds. We've got that. But like a complicated comp plan does not define a pyramid scheme, number one. Number two is that sales managers have a different post. They have a different hat to put on their head in terms of like what they do all day. Okay? They're not the ones necessarily that are out there recruiting at that particular time. All right? So they're not out there trying to find customers. What their job is to train, let's say. Maybe their job is to create resources so that it simplifies their process, the sales reps process. Okay, so that's what I mean. So any sales manager in any kind of company, and I'm not talking about network marketing necessarily, but a sales manager has different responsibilities, thus a different compensation. A general manager, a president, a CEO, they have complex compensation plan structures because you've got to say, oh, okay, so if you increase sales by 25% or 30% or something like that, then we're going to give you X bonus. All right. And so he goes out and he spends, 200% more than last quarter to do that. And then the board of directors says, wait a minute, you just cut our profit in half to drive top-line sales. So in other words, top-line sales is the amount of growth in the company. And so they'll create a compensation plan that rewards top-line growth, but also profit, bottom-line growth. Okay, so that's the reason there has to be some, as he calls it, confusion. Sit down and look at it. Okay, if you knew how much was actually coming out of it, you would care enough to dig into the compensation plan because the compensation plan gives you very good clues what the company is trying to get you to do. All right? So a good compensation plan rewards the behaviors of people because they want them to repeat. Okay? So just think that through a little bit. If you put a compensation plan in place, what you're trying to do is like modify behaviors of what you want repeated. All right, so let me give you a simple little conversation here. So this is my son, Tristan. He's 8 years old, and I created a compensation plan for him. Okay, so here's what it was. Is that he gets $5 a day. An 8-year-old, $5 a day. Okay? And what is it? Okay, so if the warrior code is done daily, okay, so he wrote up a warrior code of what he was going to do in order to achieve and win the next tournament in jiu-jitsu. but he's also got homework. He's also got other things that he does. And so all of that is on his warrior code. So he has to wake up in the morning. He has to wake up, get up, make your bed, like things like that. And so number one, the compensation plan I wrote, number one, if warrior code's done daily and if done without reminding. In other words, if I have to remind him to work out, if I have to remind him to do a run, if I have to remind him to do these things, then he doesn't earn it that day. If done without complaining. Okay, so one of them is eat healthy food. And so if he's complaining to his mom about the food, then he doesn't get the $5 that day. If done 7 days in a row. Okay, do you see that compensation plan there I just created for him? Why? Why would I do that? It's because behaviors Dad wants repeated. Self-determined production. That's what I'm trying to create in him. Because those are the only people who win in life, is self-determined production. So he decides what he does, number one, but he's got to do it, without being reminded, without complaining, so forth. With that in mind, I'll show you exactly what network marketing, because I consulted a couple of hundred network marketing companies. I know what behaviors are trying to get repeated. Number one is acquisitions, both customers and reps. Okay, so you're going to have some sort of an acquisition bonus. Number two is retention. So with the retention, it's the number of customers who reorder. That's what you're trying to ensure that you get. And then number three is growth, which is total organization growth. And then leadership development. And this is normally the matching bonus or something like that. So it's your ability to influence and assist another person to earn money. All right, so that is the training element of it. And you get extra bonuses for that. And then you get, and then for your earnings, and this is your own retention, and it's the retention in your organization. So if somebody is making $500, they typically, a week or a month or something like that, they typically don't leave. And so it has to do sometimes with the speed that you do that. But the bottom line is that when you look at compensation plans, they're simply trying to get you to do things that that are going to give you the most money, okay, and the biggest organization and the most stability. And so they're behaviors that the company wants you to repeat, all right? So, so what do you think about this? Do you feel as though that one person needs to have the same compensation plan in terms of like what he says, just sell the product and you get X amount of money and that's it, all right? Or do you think that the quote confusion that he talked about, is this valuable? Comment down below and let me know how you think. I'll see you in the next video.